Hello, everybody, and welcome to General Furry Podcast. I can't remember the episode number, so I'm not going to say it.
I think we're on like 16 or 17 now.
I think so, too. Introduce yourself, Reverb.
Hey, everybody, I'm Reverb Husky, and oh shit, ow, my face.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see both of us because I finally got off my butt and actually downloaded some software that works.
They're going to be blind by the end of the video. I'm sorry.
All right, do we have any... Oh.
I was going to say, I think that's the only episode where they've seen both of our ugly mugs.
Oh, God. So do we have any just idle chit-chat we want to get out of the way before we delve into the actual topics for this episode?
I don't think so.
Except, holy crap, Monty got his shit together and actually got some recording software that lets him record multiple things at the same time.
It's about time.
It's about damn time.
It's about damn time.
Also, if anybody wants to make us an overlay for this, I won't.
That would be great.
Yeah, I'm clipping like crazy. I actually need to lean away from the mic. All right, but let's get into it. First, we are actually going to talk about the whole incident that happened at BLFC a while ago. Would you care to just educate people who might not have heard about it? What happened?
Okay, so basically, it's just not and I realize now people can see me like.
It's fine. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Is a little girl wore one of the Walmart fursuit things, whatever they're called, the Maskimals, I think they're called.
Maskimals.
Wore one of those to the fur con, and she got bullied and picked on severely, where she got upset and left the con.
Yeah, apparently someone said that they saw her leaving crying, saying, "I never want to be a furry in my life," stuff like that. And then the fandom, complete outpouring of absolute love and support. She has a Twitter that's just full of art. Not Telegram, telephone. Didn't she let her borrow one of her suits and they had her own photo shoot and everything?
Yep.
But, and with the furry fandom, there's always a but. The next day...
Yeah, there is.
The next day, everything was fine and dandy, and then all of a sudden I saw a tweet that said, "Oh yeah, it's nice that everybody poured out love and support, but now every mouse fursuiter here is getting bullied and just shat upon."
Which happens because, from what I'm understanding, the people that were picking on her was a mice.
Yeah, it was. They were mice, and see, the problem was the convention didn't release their names, but it was made clear that they had their badges already revoked, and they had been ejected from the con space. And I was following this on Twitter, and I've seen a couple mouse suiters that had their reputation completely and totally destroyed in less than 24 hours. To the point where they literally had to have a friend take a picture of their badge saying, "I'm still here. I didn't do this. People can vouch for me. Security can vouch for me."
Exactly, which is where the fuck?
I can still hear you. You're fine.
I know. No, I watched my screen scroll up a bit, and I didn't touch my mouse. But anyways, that's where the furry fandom has its faults. I'm really happy that they handled the situation so well with the girl, but it blew out of proportion when it came to bullying everybody else.
Yes, unfortunately, it has been proven to me that the furry fandom is kind of one of the best fandoms at doing witch hunts when they think someone has done something wrong. Not even that it's been proven, but if it's surmised that someone has done something that isn't acceptable to the fandom standards,
grab your pitchforks and we're going on a witch hunt.
Yep, pretty much. Which one of the... I know the reason we kind of brought this up is because we're usually like, oh yeah, the fandom's amazing, we can do no wrong, with a little grain of salt. But now this needs to be discussed because we don't want to just be furry propaganda that, preaches an innocent message about furries. Because some of us are not innocent. I will say that.
There are some that aren't innocent. There's a good side and a bad side of the fandom. There are some really amazing people, such as Telephone giving the girl her suit to wear, suit to wear, and taking time out of her busy schedule. And I'm sure she was
arrange a photo shoot where like 40-something suitors showed up for, and they called her Queen Tiger or something like that.
Exactly, and even like all the people on Twitter that drew her art. And then there's the bad side of the fandom, such as people that just start unnecessary bullshit, cause drama, witch hunts, and everything like that. It is something that needs to be done, and I'm glad to a point. There needs to be a stopping
People
point.
need to be held responsible, but it doesn't mean that everybody who's similar to them needs to be told this is your fault. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm really happy they handled it so well.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that like really touches my heart in a way that they handled it so well and made that girl happy. Because I mean, you got to think about it. This fandom will not survive because eventually some people will get tired of the fandom. Some people will grow out of it. Some people in the fandom who are the older folks or whatever, or accidents or anything happen, will pass away.
Even Majira Strawberry said in a video that you can find this on video. Someone asked him, "Will you ever lose interest in the fandom?" And he's like, probably, but it's not going to happen for a while.
Probably, but he doesn't know. And the same thing with me and you. You never know. Or something could happen. You can't say, I can't do this anymore. But like I said, there's always going to be that need for new people.
Yes.
No matter what. So instead of shunning them for what they're trying to enjoy.
Yeah.
There's no point in it.
I know it's a meme that it's like, ew, you're a noofer. Don't do that. I mean, everybody was a noofer once. Like, everybody was a noofer once. I mean, granted, some of us have been around forever. I've been around since 2005. But, it's just, everybody's been a noofer once. And the fact that, she was trying to do the best she could with the fursuit.
Yeah, and that makes me happy that she did that. There's always going to be that need for new people, and the fact that they handled it well and took care of her, and she's trying. That's what's important. And she didn't give up.
Yes. And the fact that the fandom didn't... I'm also proud that the fandom was like, oh, well, we fucked up. That's one furry gone.
Oh, well,
they actually made an effort to, they actually made an effort to... Fix it, yeah, and then it went off the rails. I mean, you could find my tweet where I'm like, it's like the fandom was driving a car that hydroplaned a tiny bit into a wall and overcorrected into a wall.
Into another wall.
Yeah, into another wall.
Yep, and this wall was like... Nah, bro.
Nah, bro.
We got you.
Which is funny because the furry episode of the canceled show Lucifer was on last night. And I was like on Twitter saying, oh God, please don't. I wasn't on Twitter saying this, but in the chats I was like, everybody prepare your CSI bunkers and everything. Apparently it wasn't that bad. Really. Most of the normies just like, aha, the main actress is in a fursuit. Or furry costume as they call it.
Apparently it wasn't that bad. Yeah. I haven't seen it myself yet, but I might go and watch it just see. But we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. All right. Like, nope. I mean, I had Vince down there, like, he thought he was watching it, and then he came up where I was, like, half asleep, already gone to bed, and he was like, it was the wrong episode. I watched an episode of Lucifer for nothing.
I watched an episode of Lucifer for nothing.
Yeah. So, is that really all we have to say on that subject?
I think so.
Okay. Also, I think last weekend Confuzzled happened, and it's a European con. I think it's in Germany, but a lot of the Poppy Furs I watched were there. Several of the people in some of the chats I was in were there, and they're posting awesome pictures and like with Hayu Martin and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. One of my favorite streamers is actually a friend. His name is Teanos. You can find him at Torrent IDC on Twitch. He was it was cool because he was playing A Way Out, and someone popped in the chat and they were like, "Oh wait, I made this game. I was on the team that made this game." And it was just awesome because we found a lot of Easter eggs with their help and everything. And I will not be discussing the end of that game.
Which I want to touch on the whole gamer furry thing. The Sonic Fox.
Yeah.
I absolutely love following this guy on Twitter. Watching him play the game, like in competitions and fursuit and everything is fucking hilarious. And the fact that he won one of the competitions with his fursuit head on.
That's like the ultimate insult to a
normie. It is.
Because they can barely see.
Yeah. And the fact that like the guy got his ass handed to him by a fursuiter was hilarious. Anyways, continue.
I really didn't have much more to say. It was just really cool to have a dev in the chat, and apparently Teanos was at Confuzzled, and he met... he met like a good person, the dev team. I'm congested. I'm sorry. That actually worked on this game, and apparently they're making another game. It's like Bust Up Billy or something like that. Billy Bust Up. That's what it's called. And I looked it up, and it is very much a furry game. Not that kind of furry game, Reverb.
Damn it!
This isn't another Cat House Tale.
Damn it!
Alright, so... Let's see, what else can we touch on? I can't really mess with the tabs, so you're going to have to look everything up right now.
I'm looking at... What am I supposed to look up?
Furry-related things. Confuzzled, specifically. Because I didn't hear any major controversy from Confuzzled. Which is weird. Seems like the American cons have that.
Yeah, I've got the Confuzzled tag pulled up now.
And before someone's like, but Monty, what about Rainforest?
We don't talk about Rainforest.
No, we don't.
I was at the last year. We don't talk about it.
Ooh.
We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. Let's see.
I don't see anything too bad. I just see pictures.
Ah, good. Maybe furries are actually starting to learn how to behave themselves. And before, next thing you know, Twitter's on fire.
Twitter's always on fire when it comes to furries.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh god, I'm making the awkward I don't know what to do because I can't look shit up sound.
Oh god.
Just bear in mind, everybody, we're trying like two completely new things. This is a video podcast and a podcast that's been a video podcast once before, and it's also me pretty much testing brand new editing, not editing, god, what do I say? It's testing brand new software that I set up earlier today.
Learning experience.
The more you know.
I mean, I was going to say, last episode we tried something new as well. We tried recording 2 different audios.
Yeah, well, that was the episode before that, and then...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then the last episode, we were at a convention while we recorded it, and it was the first time we had, like, independent guests that we, like, you know, didn't hang out with every day.
Yep.
The ins and outs of a podcast with Monty and Reverb.
Hashtag why.
Oh god, we're turning back to the old awkward GFP.
I don't know what way to play it, because we didn't play this one out too well.
I know, we didn't. We're just like, we need content, please.
What about just regular news feeds?
Yeah, sure. Try to make it furry related, but let's do, because last time we did that, we had an amazing conversation about how good the furry fandom is.
Oh, I
Quick
found
question.
one.
What would you consider the furry thing? A subculture, a community, or a fandom?
I think it'd be a mixture of all 3.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask, because I know there are lifestyle furries.
Yeah. So, it is a subculture with some people.
Mm-hmm.
What in the fuck is this?
What did you find? What little juicy morsel of the internet did you find for us today, Reverb?
It was from almost 2 years ago, but I typed in furry-related news.
Oh god.
And there is furry community shocked after gory triple murder, Rolling Stone. What is like to have sex as a furry, New York Post. What the hell?
No! No, please!
But I think I found one we're gonna talk about. And where are you? On your phone.
Oh god.
Let's see.
It popped up as I was taking a picture. For the Instagram.
Instagram.
Furry fandom tries to just shake stigma. Let's see. Do you want me to read it?
If you want to, you can. If not, I can read it.
You try to read it first.
It is an oft-maligned fandom, but furries are trying doggedly to shake misconceptions and an undeserved bad image. Furries are fans of animal characters with human personalities and features. It encompasses comics, art, and animation, but it's the costumes that they're best known for wearing ears and tails to expensive, custom-made full character suits. Fans have diverse ways of celebrating their unique passion. Conventions in the United States can attract tens of thousands of attendees. Almost 700 furries have gathered on the old Gold Coast for the 9th annual Furry Down Under Furdo. Furdo chairwoman Christine Badshaw said the community often gets a bad rep that is all about sex. This again touches on the one episode a few episodes back.
Yeah, CSI.
Yeah.
Not. For some reason, I thought you were talking about TV episodes. No, episodes of the thing we're creating right now.
Yeah. There's some bad connotations, Miss Bradshaw said. They don't come here specifically for that, and it doesn't happen in the cosplays or they'll be kicked out pretty quick. Furry costumes can cost tens of thousands of dollars, not the kind of thing you want to roll in the hay with. You're paying a lot of money for them. You're not going to mess around in them, Miss Bradshaw said. United States artist Tracy Butler is the creator of a furry comic, or a cat-based furry comic, Lackadaisy, which, by the way, if you haven't read
Cats
that
is
comic,
amazing.
read
If you
it.
haven't checked it out, really seriously check it out.
There were certainly a few years back in the early internet when I think about misunderstood what it was all about. It had kind of a shady reputation based on the unsavory articles. Adopting your persona. Around the community, Miss Bradshaw said, or Miss Bradshaw is known by her snow leopard persona, Foxy. If persona is the furry character fans adopt, develop, and sometimes embody. Furries sometimes pay specialist artists to bring their personas to life based on their description and their imagination. You will see people who are really shy in person, but put their fursuits on and they're out jumping around and showing off. Example, myself.
Yeah.
Miss Bradshaw said, they love doing it and make friends and have a good time. Foxy only exists in artwork, and as a character, Miss Bradshaw plays online, but she does not wear a suit or tail. She does love, however, the atmosphere of the furry world mixing with those who do. For her, it's all about community. It's like-minded people, friendships, and the costuming. It's the art. She said, it's a lot of different things to different people. Embracing the furry within. The furry fandom attracts people from all walks of life. Melbourne IT worker Bob McRobb, Peacock persona, is called Glamour Fan. He does not hide his interest. In fact, his computer-controlled tail helped his career. That sounds really cool.
Well, I mean, yeah, like Paradox on Furcast said, the job he has now, which is like tech support, not tech support, but it's like IT for like schools and stuff. He would not have gotten that job without the podcast. Like, the podcast helped him learn the stuff he needed to know that he could get a job without a degree.
Exactly. In the interview, I showed them the tail working, and that was actually what got me the job. Brisbane-based Picari Rue makes a living streaming her persona antics online. It's a way of life, or it's a fun way of expression. You can be whatever you want, she said. And that's it.
And then she says, this is my job. People just like watching my stuff, which is pretty much any YouTuber ever, you know, but, you know.
Exactly.
All right, so let's discuss this article for a little bit.
All right.
It actually is a really good summation of furry culture and stuff like that. It's not all about the sex. It may seem that way, but
there are some people that are all about that. But I mean, the vast majority of it is
yeah. It's about just being with people that you can relate to. It's a like-minded interest. You can basically have something to talk about with someone else that you know they're interested in.
Exactly, and it's that little spark of a conversation starter that makes it all the better.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to a convention, and this is something that I like about conventions. You can go to the convention and not know anybody there, but just that one little like, oh, hey, that art is cute. Well, who did that? Or hey, your fursuit's cute. Who did that?
Or
and that little spark of the conversation will get you to know somebody.
Yeah. Or in Vince's case, like for half the con, oh my god, your tail is amazing. Who made that? Tell me.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's that one little like bit of conversation that makes it all the better, and all the like, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. I don't know.
Makes it like that one little difference.
It's that one key thing that
everybody has in common.
It's a like-minded thing. It's a common interest.
Exactly. Like, and then the furry fandom branches off to a bunch of different other topics and little subcultures.
Art, crafting
games,
stuff,
photography,
art, photography,
podcasting,
internet stuff,
like us.
podcasting. There's a long-running meme that it's like, I think it's like from Imgur or something, where it's like furries make the internet go. Which, I mean, if you look at the amount of people that have IT jobs in the furry fandom,
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, like apparently a ton of people on Netflix are furries that produce content for Netflix.
I mean, have you seen Aragetsuko?
Aragetsuko, yes. Well, I actually watched a show on the company that made that. Did you know that's the same company that made Hello Kitty?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then apparently there's a lot of furries in the gaming industry as well.
Yep. There's a lot there. There's a lot in the IT. There's a lot in the photography business, which is amazing.
I'm just waiting for like going to an interview at like Ubisoft or something. Not that I'd ever work for Ubisoft, but it's like,
so
tell me,
are you a furry?
Are you a furry? It's like, yeah, you got the job.
Or are you a furry? No. Well, sorry. Next.
Next. We'll call you. We'll call you.
Don't call us. We'll call you.
Pretty much. Which basically says you don't have the job, so you might as well just ignore your phone.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing, is like it leads off into a bunch of other subcultures, which again, like with what's his face on the one you just said.
Majira Strawberry?
Yeah. No, not Majira.
Teanos.
No.
Hikariru?
No.
Not saying. I'm just listing Poppy first.
No, the podcast. Paradox. What's his name?
Paradox Wolf.
Thank you. Yeah, Paradox Wolf. The job, like he got his job based on that, or in the same person with
indirectly, but yes,
indirectly, but it helped influence them.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I really enjoy about the fandom is it's all a learning experience and it's adapting change.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
such as like.
It's only going to get better as we get more mainstream, because I remember back in 2005, if you mentioned to anybody that wasn't also afraid that you're a furry, they kind of looked at you like, ew.
Exactly.
Now it's like, oh, you're a furry, cool. Those are those people who wear the animal costumes, right?
Exactly. And I mean, I can even use that as an example. In high school, somebody found out I was a furry and they were absolutely disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
This is back in like 2010, 2011, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They found out I was a furry and were absolutely disgusted. My coworker recently found out, and she was absolutely amazed. She's like, "Oh my god, how did they make the fursuits?" And asked me a whole bunch of questions.
That reminds me of when I worked my last job. There was this guy who's done like 5 tours in Iraq, and he didn't know what a furry was. He's like, "What the hell? This sounds awesome!" And it was weird because I was basically like prepared to say him, "Don't Google like furry anything sexy," and he's like, "Do they make porn of that?" And I was like, "Well, yes, they do, but some of it's really freaking weird." And he's like, "I won't search that, but I just needed to know." And then I told him to like look up fursuit. Then I just told him to look up fursuit dances and stuff like that, because that's my intro to showing how cool the fandom is by telling people to look up like, "Hey, check this out. We some people actually dance in those furry costumes. You should check it out. It's actually pretty cool."
Yep.
That's my lead-in to showing people what the furry fandom is.
But yeah. Like, it's slowly shifting back from into a positive nature, I guess, and not as a taboo, and it's going in a positive direction, which is awesome.
Which, I mean, we're one CSI episode away from, that happening. We always have to remember that. We can't get to not open, that sounds bad, but we can't get accustomed to everybody thinking that, oh, this is awesome, because mainstream media still does not like furries at all.
Nope, and I'm sure that'll change over time. It's just going to be quite a while before it does.
It's going to be a long time, probably.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to shift over into positive nature. I'm sure it is just a matter of...
It's a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, pretty much. Now, at least, it is. I can remember a few years ago when it was a matter of if they were ever going to change.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, like I said, the vast majority of people, they're indifferent about it. There are those select few that are disgusted by it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a growing number of people like us, but the main thing is it's shifted from the main thing being that people are disgusted to the main majority being just indifferent. Like, you do you, man, instead of, dude, what the hell?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, even like with my coworker, I had a whole conversation about about Reverb as my versuit and how I shifted to save and purchase him and how Brooke ended up making him.
I mean, I love dazzling normies by telling them how much fursuits can cost. That's like my favorite thing to do.
Exactly. She's like, oh, that's what bought Tommy. She's like, oh, your suit couldn't have been that much because I showed her pictures of my suit. She's like, was that like $200 or $300? I'm like, try like $900. She was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And the second suit I bought was about the same price. It was almost $1,000, or it was about $1,200 with everything I put into it. And she's like, there's no way. I'm like, yep.
And since I worked in an electronics store before this, people were like, you could buy a freaking like god tier rig with that. It's like, or I could run around being a giant animal. Which is more fun? Which is more consistently fun?
Exactly.
Depends on who you ask.
Exactly. But like I said, she was absolutely amazed by it. And as somebody that she's one of those people. She's one of those people. Let me rephrase that.
One of those people.
She's one of the people that goes to conventions and cosplays and everything like that. So she knows where we're coming from and the amount of time and effort it takes into putting the suits. But she was just blown away and amazed by it. But, oh, I miss my coworker now.
So, there's the awkward. So, do you think we should call it there since it's been?
Yeah.
All right.
It's been about an hour.
No, not recording.
No, it hasn't. Oh yeah, never mind.
Well, everybody, this has been General Furry Podcast, and this is Reverb down there, Brady Bunch style, and this is Monty being on video for the first time on the new GFP 2.0. So remember, everybody, we love you all. Be amazing, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.